What happened?
Oh, Dad.
Shido-san, my job is complete.
I've told you not to call me by name.
Alvin and the Chipmunk did it.
Regardless, all that's left is to deal with the remnants.
The continued deaths of these teenagers would be a bit much, don't you think? I considered making it appear they had a falling out, but that would only amplify public frenzy. It would be best to have each of them meet with an unfortunate accident once the storm blows over.
Is there any possibility they'll want to avenge their leader?
No chance. They're nothing but cattle anyway. They have no backbone without his guidance. I will keep my eye on them just in case, though.
I'll be counting on you.
They will live their lives cowering in fear of death. An apt punishment for obstructing our work.
Make sure to kill that strange cat once you find it as well.
Understood. Though I doubt there's anything to worry about. It's merely a cat, after all.
More importantly, they should be dealing with the suicide right about now. Things will become quite busy once the word gets out. I'll need to prepare my comments on the matter.
I must be prepared to deal with it on my end as well. Beyond that, what of the director of the Special Investigations Unit?
Perhaps he'll be struck by a mysterious illness sometime soon.
Even he was being used.
It can't be.
Even me. God damn it. Shit.
What was all that about, showing him this phone? The Phantom Thief Alibaba? Who is this?
I am Alibaba, a member of the Phantom Thieves. I inquire as to your justice, Sai Nijima.
How do they know I have this?
Goro Akechi is evil. He didn't come to interrogate the captured Phantom Thief. He came to kill him.
We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that? Yes, the guard will be one of ours. We'll have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence, though.
Don't trust the guard either. He's an accomplice as well. Now then, I'll tell you detailed steps to take. You must save him.
You want me to save him?
Huh?
What is it?
Nothing. Anyway, what brings you here? I thought you were done with your business.
Did anyone else stop by? Nobody?
There'd be no reason for anyone else to come down here.
Yes, the guard will be one of ours. We'll have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence, though.
So it's all true.
Of course it's true. Is something the matter?
It's Akechi-kun. He had to take a sudden call, so he won't be able to make it down today.
Huh?
I've been asked to handle things instead.
You? But...
You know, if you stay here, they'll likely get rid of you to eliminate any evidence. I suggest you go into hiding at once if you value your life.
Yes, ma'am.
And don't say a word of what transpired here. Trust nobody. Forget this ever happened.
And now we return to our continued report. This morning, the police have announced that they've detained a suspect who may in fact be the leader of the Phantom Thieves group. The suspect is reported to be a young
Anchon,
man who's...
can I get you to look over here?
Oh, I'm sorry.
So he got caught. That group sure was something.
Yeah.
So the next shoot got me thinking. How about we have you do an idle thing, you know? That cool?
What if I shot you?
With my camera.
Not with a gun.
Considering how quickly they announced his arrest, the police must surely be confident in the outcome of this case.
Well, I'll be. Goodness, look at you now. It's been a while, Ryuji.
Huh?
You stopped visiting so abruptly, everyone was worried about you. It's your second year, right? Are you still doing track and field? I'd love to see you run again.
Also, the young man continues to remain silent, refusing to implicate any potential accomplices. However, considering the number of charges brought against him...
I wonder if something happened.
Yeah.
You seemed stumped for once. Not feeling it today?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not chiding you. Just do as normal at your own pace. With your skills, there's no need to worry about your future.
Normal. Right.
He's just a high school student. How do you think he was contacting the others?
The police here can search any online communications. His accomplices may slip up eventually.
Still, it seems the Phantom Thieves' most recent targets have gone comatose. Actual harm has been done here.
Given the lack of physical violence, their method is still a mystery. Regardless, the police are looking into attempted murder charges.
You never turned it in? That's quite the surprise. I thought I lost it this whole time.
I'm sorry.
Well, your grades are excellent. And you're student council president. I'm sure you'll be admitted anywhere you apply. That one Phantom Thief should have followed your example. You hear? It seems he was caught. Some high schooler. I wonder why he turned to a life of crime.
We also received information that the young man was placed on probation for assault.
Because of his previous record, he had to leave his hometown. Perhaps his motive lies there.
I believe your father can rest in peace now. That Phantom Thief could never have changed anything. Only a handful of people are qualified to alter the world. So you've been coming home late. That's what I've heard. I make a good playmate, you know.
We have breaking news. The young man being held in custody has committed suicide. The police have confirmed his death, although details have not been released. To repeat, the suspect has committed suicide while in custody. This station will continue to report any further updates as they arrive.
It would be difficult to uncover his methods now. Perhaps that's why he decided to take this course of action.
It can't be.
You're shitting me. We got
What?
Welcome to my world of red. This is
It would seem
Ryuji
as
to top
though
that.
you have been
Okay.
killed. But why were you killed? Why did you have to die? Do you remember? It seems you forgot an important fact while your consciousness was hazy. Indeed, your death was a necessity for your escape from certain doom. What a tremendous plan. How might you be capable of executing such a feat? Well then, let us rouse the memories which are missing.
Hey, they're going. You realized it too, then. It was our conversation about pancakes, right? There's no way he could have reacted like that if he hadn't heard me. Probably. It was your social studies trip. We met him in the hallway of that TV station. There's no way that this is the first time he's heard my voice. This whole deal feels sketchy. Yeah, that was my plan too. Okay, let's get everyone on the same page right away. There's something else we want you to look into. One more person has been on our mind. If it's possible, I want to eavesdrop on their phone conversation. That'll be tough. I agree. I'd have to plant a bug directly on the phone. So it's impossible even for you. I didn't say it was impossible. Okay, I've got a plan. That's perfect.
Thought she was shooing him away.
Here's my plan. Get out.
Don't worry, I'll tell you the details later.
Now you leave. This is my room now.
All right.
This is gonna be fun. I can't wait.
I love her.
I see. So we're going to use this place.
The fuck?
It'll be a gamble. I think it's gonna work. You can't tell a thing.
It seems you finally remember. This game is not over yet. There are still things that must be done.
It's not my real hair. It was a helmet. What?
Look at that bad bitch.
I'm confused.
It's okay. It's still going.
I feel like I'm gonna have to upload this whole section as one humongous episode. Oh, Monday again.
Back to school. It's like getting shot.
That took me a second. I was reading.
Hey, are you alright? Don't fall asleep until we reach our destination. Are you listening?
Are you listening? Anyway, we need to talk about how to get out of this situation. Futaba's monitoring of Akechi's phone has confirmed it. He did indeed have an ulterior motive.
It's on a completely different level than just that.
Not only was he trying to frame us, but he was the true culprit behind the mental shutdowns. His offer to assist us was simply a ploy to frame the Phantom Thieves and kill him. If we go into Sis's palace as he suggests, we'll likely be met by a large ambush of police forces.
To think he would be this far gone. I know now. Furthermore,
Oop,
he wishes
sorry.
to bring a police squad from.
It was my scene, goddammit.
Sorry, the dog came in and it distracted me.
To think he would be this far gone. I know now what it means to feel a chill down my spine. Furthermore, he wishes to bring a police squad from reality into the palace.
If the 8 of us can enter at once, it's not inconceivable to think a larger group is possible. He may even be able to bring in vehicles or other special pieces of equipment.
So, this really was just a setup to shift the blame onto us.
He made us go after Okumura, then once we triggered the change of heart, he killed him. And he told us he had seen the true culprit, but it was him the entire time!
The whole time he was working with Makoto's sister, he was really just some homicidal maniac. Come on, we gotta take that bastard Akechi down. Isn't that recording we got enough proof to do it?
No. Akechi is merely a tool. His orders come from elsewhere. The grand mastermind behind this all. An unimaginable fiend capable of arranging the murder of a suspect inside of a police station.
Unless we find out who that is, we will continue being targeted even if we defeat Akechi.
But what means do we have of learning his identity?
We'll have to make Akechi say it. Though once we do, that mastermind will likely eliminate us.
I think that will be the case eventually, regardless of whether or not we learn his identity. The only reason it hasn't happened yet is because we're an easy target to blame for his crimes. If he realizes that's no longer possible and abandons that plan, he may opt to kill us immediately.
Damn it! So we don't got a choice but to go with that bastard's suggestion.
But if we go into the palace like we're told, he'll get arrested and then Akechi will kill him.
Palace. The palace. Actually, there's something I'd like to say regarding... Aha! We can use the palace to our advantage!
What's this all of a sudden?
There's a way. A way to get past Akechi and get the mastermind to lay off of us, all while learning his identity. Really?
You gotta be kidding me!
If he wants to kill the guy, why not let him? That is, inside of a palace. Yes, we could have him kill the cognitive version, all the while believing he killed the real one. Yeah, that's it! It seems that's our only option. Listen close, everyone.
Yeah, that's what I
have a plan
meant.
for how we can carry this operation out.
Makoto's plan, step 1.
Ever since
He
the
did it,
death
he
of
did
their
it, he
teenage
did
leader,
it,
the
step
Phantom
2,
Thieves
run.
have fallen silent. However, the police intend on continuing this investigation until the case is fully solved.
I'm sorry I'm late. I had to finish a few things at work. Where are they?
Waiting upstairs. Go tell them to come on down. I'm gonna fetch him.
You're her sister, correct?
Makoto told me everything. Futaba-chan, I'm sorry that I caused you so much trouble this past summer.
It's ancient history now.
Man, that goddamn detective.
Look who's here.
I'm still happy to.
It's your boy.
Hey, you big bastard.
Fuck you, Ryuji.
How'd you know my code name?
How have you been?
I mean,
Yes, 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 yeah.
You must be fine if you're joking around like that.
It truly is
I
a
mean, you are
relief to see your
prankster,
face.
Joker.
I bet that moron Akechi don't even know we tricked him yet.
Still, how'd you pull this off? Isn't this guy considered dead?
You weren't told anything? I heard my sister brought him here, though.
Yeah, she came over in a taxi, dumped him off, and told me to keep him safe. It was right after they announced he had died, too. Almost gave me a heart attack.
I didn't have time to explain.
Hey, shouldn't we tell boss what really happened?
We wanted to make our enemy believe the leader of the Phantom Thieves was dead.
What?
What we did was make that enemy kill his fake in the metaverse.
Hold on a sec. Enemy? Fake? What are you talking about?
The true culprit behind all these incidents set us up. Our goal here was to determine their identity.
And then it cuts to Sojiro in an interrogation room as the dates start to go.
I see. So you guys were going up against someone else.
So this kid walks into my coffee shop and he says, Sojiro, please.
It's like January 2nd.
You knew beforehand that he was the traitor, didn't you?
Akechi himself
He
gave us
fucked
a
up.
chance to strike back. He made one fatal mistake.
Hi, boy.
Couldn't you have just said from the beginning that Akechi was the real culprit?
That wasn't something we could simply bring up. We couldn't have you suspect Akechi. Besides, neither you nor the other investigators would have believed something like that, would you?
True. Akechi was credited with the arrest of the Phantom Thieves. Not even I would think he was the culprit. In other words, you left him alone on purpose. That was a bold move.
God, I can't keep up with any of this stuff. So what was this mistake Akechi made? What did he do?
Sojiro is the player here. I'm still so lost.
He slipped up in regards to Morgana's voice.
You mean a cat?
Yes, Morgana can talk.
My life is a fucking mess.
Sojiro walks out of the fucking room.
I'm out of here. I'm gonna sell my shop, and you know what? I'm talking to the police. Fucking
Construction. I'm in construction now.
yo ho
Walks
ho.
out the door, just goes stand in the rain.
Sorry, was that supposed to be a joke?
Oh, our apologies. That's completely true. You surprised?
Does that mean he said something just now as well?
But you don't understand him, do you? That's how it was for all of us at first, too.
When you're in the metaverse, Mona talks like a normal person. Once you hear that and your brain realizes he can actually talk, you start to understand him in reality. It's a change in cognition, most likely.
Thanks to Akechi's lame acting, we figured out something was up.
When we talked to Akechi at the school festival, he was acting like he just realized Mona could talk. But we already saw him drop a mega hint about it way earlier.
Oh, I know a place! I want to go to that huge pancake-looking place we passed on the way here!
Oh, am I mistaken? I thought I heard something about delicious pancakes.
Fuck.
That is like the fucking line. When this scene happened, the chat was like pancakes, pancakes, pancakes. It's so obvious, but like you miss it.
Yeah.
Everybody misses it.
I did. Wait, was chat spoiling it for me? I remember at one point you told Tat to chill.
Like occasionally, like I would see like somebody randomly just mention Akechi and pancakes, and I would be like, you're skirting, but he didn't realize it, so it's okay.
No.
And even if you did, like, you wouldn't know what the fuck it meant anyway.
Mona was the only one who was talking about a pancake. That meant
Thing is, does that actually come up when you're playing?
It does. Like when you first meet Morgana, like that's like something that comes up with Ryuji, where he's like, "What the fuck? The cat can talk?" Like,
No, Akechi's saying pancakes.
yeah, that scene happens when you go to. Remember when we went to that stupid field trip to the TV network?
Well, I was watching. I must have missed that.
Yeah, well, everybody
'Cause
did.
I was keeping an eye out for that.
Yeah, that was fucking. Jeesh. That definitely happened. But I missed it. Yoshi, did you miss it when you played this game initially? Yoshi? We will find out one day.
And since he was lying to us about that, we assumed he had a hidden motive behind contacting us.
Hello?
It seemed odd
Hello.
upon further thought.
Here you are.
His
Okay.
reaction to my
Like you
pancake
started talking and then
comment
you
was
just
an
like,
honest one.
and I couldn't hear a thing.
Did you not realize the pancake hint at first when you first played?
Well, no, because you don't really do like only players on it, or like, or just people who are paying attention. Because by that point, you've heard the cat talk a million times, and if you're me and you hate Morgana more than anything, you just hate when he speaks, so you don't register anything he says.
Fair. Fair.
He did approach us when we found ourselves in the worst trouble yet.
When the worst found themselves in the worst trouble.
That's why we asked Futaba-chan to wiretap his phone. I pretended to be interested in checking the phone out, but I was
You know
actually
how I
planting
feel
my
about there being missing
My
information,
heart
though.
was pounding while I was doing it, though.
It feels like a convenient way to completely cover up the twist.
Yeah, it is a little cheap.
Even
It's a little, because they have like those scenes where there's just gaps in the middle, and it's like, oh, it's his memory, it's you don't see it, oh no.
Futaba's quirky
So they
nature
could just
proved to
basically
be a
write
great
whatever.
help.
That was just an act! After a few days of listening, this confirmed his betrayal.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with Dark Gloomy. It was just like a framing device thing,
Then I'll
so
guide the
I'm
police
okay with
into
it.
her palace and have them catch the Phantom Thieves in the act. That would be the only way to arrest them.
I guess so,
given
but
their
like he
methods.
remembers everything else that ever happened to him.
Yeah. He remembers the batting cages. He remembers Starfornius.
Like in the narrative reasoning, like, okay, yeah, it's kind of dumb, but then, you know, you're playing a video game, so...
Yeah, I feel like it'd be too easy. Akechi was the obvious... Well, I didn't think that he was behind all of it, but it was kind of... Like, if you had to pick, like, hey, which one of these dickheads is gonna betray you? Probably Akechi.
Like, yeah, everybody in the world, like, when I first played it, my thing was like, well, it's obviously a catchy. Even, like, when I missed the pancake thing, like, well, no fucking shit, like...
He's an asshole.
But I was, like, going the whole time, like, it's not really much of a twist, though, because, well, no. But the twist isn't, oh man, who's the guy? The twist is, so how does he get out of this?
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay, that's fair, actually, yeah.
Let me see. We could say he stole the guard's gun and committed suicide during his imprisonment. How about that? Public security questioning will occur on the first day. And with that room, my task will be simple.
Is this for real?
Yes, the guard will
And then
be one
Ryuji
of
punches
ours.
him in the arm, that's my
We'll
thing.
have to eliminate him after to destroy the evidence, though.
So they plan to get rid of that guard from the beginning.
Well then, I will make the arrangements the day after the arrest. And thus, the dangerous criminal responsible for the mass mental shutdowns shall end his own life. When he does, you will become a great hero who saved Japan from evil. As will I, of course.
I knew he was acting strangely, but to think he was this far gone.
He's no ace detective. Akechi is the perpetrator behind the mental shutdown crimes. On top of that, there's someone else commanding Akechi. Someone with great authority. So great that they can order an assassination in a police station. That's why we had to make a move before they did.
I see.
And Sojiro folding his arms and nodding. Oh, I
We
get
baited
it, I get
Akechi
it.
into Sis's
It all
house,
makes sense.
making him dispose of our leader's fake, but think he killed him.
Can you elaborate on that in more detail? What exactly happened in my cognitive world?
We're sorry
Well, you
for
killed
using
me
it without your
5
permission.
times.
Your palace had all the conditions we needed.
What conditions?
First, we required a place inside the cognitive world that was the same as in reality.
That place is based on the real world after all. Anywhere that's not warped looks just like normal.
That's why nobody but the person who uses the nav even realizes they're in the metaverse.
Back with Kamoshida, we came in from the station without even noticing.
That brings back memories.
You totally can't tell the difference.
Ah,
If there
good
ain't any
times.
distortions
Yeah, I remember when I met my boyfriend.
We had
Ryuji.
already investigated Nijima-san's palace when Makoto brought the suggestion to us.
I was seriously impressed by that suggestion. To be honest, I didn't quite understand it, but I went along with it. Yeah, it's good we have her heading up our operations.
Makoto is normally so calm as well, but once her mind is set, she gets oddly impulsive.
I did have a bit of a rivalry forming with Akechi, but I just couldn't contain myself anymore once you became a target, sis. The reason I joined the Phantom Thieves was to heal your heart, after all.
My own achievements were all that mattered to me. I was desperate. I wasn't myself at all.
In reality, I
I'm
have
sorry
no
couldn't see
ambitions.
Oh, looks in the mirror, jumping, Jesus, kid.
Echoes
To
back.
herself in disappointment.
Echoes back to her like law school professor saying that to her, and it just stuck with her. Stuck with her forever.
It's just been in turmoil over it for a year, then it's become a
That goes
catchphrase.
for the both of us. We heard from Mako-chan that you were going to do the interrogation, Nijima-san.
And regarding its location, I take it you used the data from my laptop?
I'm sorry.
Go on.
There were two
I
things
mean,
we
you
were
opened
able to
up a Word
confirm while we
doc
were
that said,
checking
I
the
am so
metaverse.
not stealing your data, sis.
First, our clothes didn't change when we were down in the interrogation room. Second, the scenery and details outside of the palace proper were the same as in the real world.
Once we heard that from Makoto, we secretly went to check it out without Akechi knowing.
There was also one more thing we absolutely needed to make this work. A perfect cognitive replica of him in the metaverse's interrogation room.
Since he had yet to be caught, though, there obviously wouldn't be anyone in that room.
Once we saw the casino guests and police officers, we were convinced this would work. They looked no different from actual living people.
After that, we just had to work our way into the palace like usual, while keeping Akechi in the dark.
Everything went as planned up until we defeated Sis's shadow. However, it was then that we were met with a terrifying, unexpected police ambush. As a result, even though we managed to grab the treasure, we couldn't get it out of the metaverse.
We're gonna.
Right.
That was all an act. We had prepared an
And
empty
Morgana
briefcase
looked super
beforehand,
cool. I remember.
and merely acted like we were taking the treasure.
You mentioned it when it initially happened, Thorn, but I missed it. Now I'm getting the replay.
This was because we knew the police would be coming for us.
We made sure before the operation that the police would be waiting to ambush us. And just as expected, he totally took the bait.
Him getting captured by the police went exactly how we planned it.
And I had been interrogating him with no knowledge of this. But how did you lure Akechi into this cognitive world's interrogation room?
All I needed were the coordinates.
Wee.
Laptop. First, asking her about it now would drag the conversation on too long. I should talk to her later.
Looks at
Akechi
the
disposed
camera,
of the fake in the
winks.
palace and left thinking he had been victorious.
Oh, it was the showing of the phone. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
okay.
must have been truly hilarious.
Yeah, that's why the
for our
purple,
leader who sat
little effects
idly
were
in the
coming
real
on.
world's interrogation room.
Metaverse.
Surely he was acting quite cocky by himself in that quiet chamber.
We
So
have footage
that's
of
why
him
you gave me your
dabbing and
phone.
hitting the whip
I
and
only
doing
took
the
it because of
nay
what
nay
you
and all the
told me.
other stupid dances you kids like.
Well, you know what,
That's a
Ren?
shame I
No one
didn't
could
have
watch
the
you, so
opportunity
sit
to see
down.
that for myself.
All I could do was try to handle all the messages that started coming to me on his phone. Huh. So in other words, I've been to the metaverse, albeit for a brief moment.
In our experience, there is little danger when someone enters their own palace for so short a time.
That's the other reason we had him give it to you. We needed you to listen to Alibaba, deceive the guard, and ultimately aid in his escape. By having you head back to the interrogation room, we could return you to the real world as well.
I mean, I had to think of some way to keep you from running into Akechi mid-assassination.
Huh. I
Oops.
hadn't the
said
slightest idea
astounding.
that such a grand operation was taking place within me.
I'm so glad he was able to persuade you during the interrogation. Even though we knew Akechi's plan, we were pretty worried about that part.
True.
Why is that?
Without Sis on our side, Futaba's plan and subsequent breakout would have never been possible. That persuasion was easily our greatest gamble. We couldn't consult Sis beforehand. It was absolutely the make or break
Well, we've been to your
moment of the
palace. We
entire
know
thing.
how to gamble.
Still, I'm surprised you could
Alright,
convince me in
first
such a
things
short
first,
time.
we all have to do a
Were you
death
confident
game.
you could do it?
And only one of us can go in a dark room.
Don't remember. Drugs.
Drugs.
Understandable. Either way, I can't believe you went for such a risky idea.
If we could just tell you the
Not the
true
interrogation, I
culprit's
just did a
plan,
killer bong
I knew
beforehand.
you'd realize the bigger picture. Realize that our leader was telling the truth, and that there was a greater evil to pursue.
As a result, we emerged victorious.
Then the reason you kept this a secret from me was so you could catch the true culprit, correct?
Yes. Plus, you had lost control of yourself at the time.
This is stunning. All I can really do is laugh.
I've kind of figured out that you
I only
guys
get one
made
of those a
Akechi
year.
kill a fake. But what did you do about the body?
The police never even checked it.
Huh?
They had a coroner working to ensure his death was reported as a suicide. That coroner didn't take one look at the scene and just passed along a falsified death certificate.
So they're just never going to open that room ever again?
It's for all
Right.
eternity.
Stupid. All right, this is where the game's losing me.
The bad guys.
They're gonna wall it off with concrete. We'll never see it again.
Whenever they go down there, oh my god, the smell, or rather the lack of smell.
Well, remember when the cop disintegrated into nothing?
Yeah, that's why I corrected myself. Lack of smell.
Well, but then there's also
What?
like
Murder in
the
a
chain
police
of evidence
station would be
was
reckless
polluted
otherwise.
by that point.
We also knew of a possible conspirator.
So it like, oh, did you see Ren's body?
Oh yeah, I guess they could. The coroner could say that. Oh yeah, we took the body.
Yeah, we super totally did.
Exactly.
Thanks to
But he
Futaba-chan's
didn't.
messages and the guard's demeanor, I eventually
It's
came
like
to
you could. Hey
understand.
Phil, great job taking the body. Though I didn't. I just reported it. What are you talking about?
You're getting promoted to detective. I'm
And
a
since the
coroner,
higher-ups
that's
at the police knew
whatever.
nothing of this, they were thrown into disarray. As a result, his
Detect
suicide
that
during
people have died.
imprisonment was reported on the news, just as Akechi
Confirmed. I did it.
And with that confusion, he was able to escape
Yeah, I
with
now
Major
arrest
Hassan's help.
myself.
I made sure nobody would check the
Wait,
morgue
it
for
wasn't
his
my
body,
fault.
And thanks to that, nobody knows he
Having his
survived.
whole trial process by himself in his one room.
Thinking back to the interrogation, though, I can't believe what they did to him. The callous use of violence and even drugs is utterly abnormal. If he had lost consciousness and hadn't been able to tell Sis about the phone, he would have died. I'm truly glad you made it back safe.
It was easy.
How
Cracks
tough
his
are you?
neck. Dies.
It still freaked me out when I saw the suicide on the news, though.
We made sure to live normal lives while he was being interrogated to avoid drawing any suspicion. Even with that, I couldn't help but worry for him in my heart.
Well, I knew right away that her plan worked out.
It's true.
We should
And
take
when
dead Ren's body and push it somewhere else.
honestly, when Ryuji smirked, I thought that it was actually him that orchestrated all of this.
Like this entire fucking playthrough I've been playing up for Yuji, and then just to be like, actually, Jacob, he actually is a fucking genius and a master. But look at him.
Can you believe people don't like this character? Why would they even not like him?
Because they have bad shit taste, I'll say it.
I wanted to believe, but considering what we were up against.
Ryuji's a bit on the dense and carefree side.
Can it, cat?
I had to be patient and avoid this place until things settled down. I finally feel relieved.
We knew he was alive, but it was difficult to not worry until we could confirm it in person.
Now that I think about it, my interrogation was just a formality for the head commander. What a joke, letting me interrogate someone who is meant to die. They just wanted to avoid backlash.
I did have,
Very well.
like, I didn't make it many
From here
jokes
forward,
during
I
the
will do my
cutscene because I just
utmost to
wanted to
assist you.
unfold, but like when the SEIU director died, I really wanted to say, with my last breath, I curse Ryuji. Ugh.
I wish you did.
Saved me, after all.
That's reassuring to hear.
I'll do whatever I
With
can.
my
to help
last
too.
breath,
Just let me know.
I should.
Ryuji's favorite type of girl is the one on the left. Oh.
Let's take a break for now.
and also I fart.
Brain is pooped.
Somebody in the chat wrote that when it was happening.
Oh, and feel free to use the first floor when
Let's
you guys
take a
want to
break,
get
I'm
together to
shitted.
talk. You'll need a hideout where you can be safe. Just say the word, and I'll close shop early.
Are you sure?
This guy can't leave. Plus, you won't make much
God,
progress
you're
if
right.
People can hear you from downstairs.
That means no school. Oh yeah.
It's not like this place
You
is
better
the
be
liveliest joint in
erudite
town.
by now.
It won't be a huge loss for me.
I'm smart, I think. It might be because of drugs.
Let us
Drugs
accept
made me
his offer.
smart. Give me some more.
What a great man.
You can be my dad.
I'm gonna call my doctor that I think I slept with. Hey, Mishima, how's it going? Wait a minute.
I'm gonna call up my therapist and tell him I love him.
That sounds familiar.
It's me, Akachi.
Enter.
First of all, your Mario impression was awful.
That's the death certificate of the principal offender, correct? Is there a problem with it?
No, nothing in particular. More importantly, you've done well with regard to the prosecutors.
The cause of death for the SIU director has been settled as a stroke.
I had him work quite substantially on forging evidence. His loss should be mourned.
It was thanks to his efforts that I could enter the Phantom Thieves' interrogation room, too.
The SIU is in disarray with his death. I'll take my time choosing a successor after the elections.
At any rate, I'm now praised as a hero, and I owe it all to the Phantom Thieves.
All possible hindrances are now gone. There's no doubt that this election is mine.
And on to our next story, the snap election for the House of Representatives. Discussion is swirling around potential nominees as the deadline for candidacy announcement nears. Candidates will announce on the 23rd of this month, while voting will be held on the 18th of next.
Elections, huh? Don't matter to us. It's not like we can vote in them yet anyways.
Why don't we resume our conversation?
Well, the Phantom Thieves are back together. We can finally take it to Akechi and the bastard backing him.
Have you figured out who's behind all this?
Akechi accidentally let that slip after the murder. He said, Shido-san.
Shido? Feels like I heard that somewhere.
He is unmistakably a man of power.
Too bad I don't
He
care
has
about
such
elections.
strong connections with the police.
Let's skip his palace.
Shido? Could it be Masayoshi Shido?
Who? I believe he's a politician. Remember, Ryuji? You said his speech was too loud.
For real?
Oh, finally.
It's
We need to
certainly
get back to
possible
that guy.
Shido is the mastermind.
Do you have some kind of evidence?
Nothing material. However, there are various conditions which align with that possibility. First, he would profit from damage done to the current administration by the psychotic breakdowns. He's maintained a negative stance toward the Phantom Thieves and has gained tremendous popularity. On top of that, he'll most likely become the next Prime Minister if he wins this upcoming election.
No!
Did he set us up with that election in mind?
If he is behind all this, that would be in stark opposition to his honest public image.
So his current position and popularity is just him benefiting from the mental collapses. We'll make him have a change of heart.
Night, Dark Gloomy.
No matter what it takes.
Later, Dark Gloomy.
Night.
Mom.
Shido, huh?
What is the matter?
I had a feeling he was wrapped up in all this, just based on the connections I had from my previous job. I think the one who crushed Wakaba's research and confiscated her materials was probably Shido. From the moment Wakaba died, I had a hunch he was involved. But there wasn't anything I could do, so I chose to protect Futaba and went into hiding.
Why didn't you say that sooner?
You guys would have definitely gone after him if I had. He would have just killed all of you, no doubt. That's what he usually does to people who get in his way.
Originally, I was looking into the mental shutdown cases. It was then that I accidentally stumbled upon government research regarding the psychotic breakdowns. So I tracked down the whereabouts of that research data and met with the associated parties. Boss was one of those parties. I would never have imagined all of this was connected.
Look how she's even calling him boss.
The mental shutdowns, psychotic breakdowns, Shido, and even the Phantom Thieves' actions.
Way back when, Shido kept saying he was going to be Prime Minister one day. Nobody believed him, though.
What's going to happen to this country if Shido becomes Prime Minister? What about the world?
The issue is simpler than that. This is nothing more than yet another selfish adult trying to impose his will on the public.
We gotta expose that rotten bastard!
Yeah, we'll do it like always. Then let's check the nav.
Masayoshi Shido, the guy running for Prime Minister. Got a hit! Well, duh. Ain't a surprise he has one.
Where would the location be?
The White House.
What kind of things go through a
Wait.
politician's head?
Coming over the phone.
I always think of dirty money
And this
shady action.
Japanese election will be held in America for some reason.
What does he do? And where? We don't got a clue about this guy's life.
I mean, he's famous. We could Wikipedia him.
Google.
This palace must be somewhere that politicians frequent. Any ideas?
We got a hit!
How arrogant must he be to see himself as the ruler of the Diet Building?
Our next target's the big shot politician Masayoshi Shido. We're gonna do this, right? No need to waste time with him. We just gotta hit the head. Nobody against it?
And where Shido is, I'm sure Akechi won't be too far behind.
Of course.
He will be a worthy opponent.
Yeah, I don't think we can really yada yada that,
Let's win this
guys.
together.
These guys.
Time for revenge.
Okay, I know we're doing like a group
Then it's
thing where we all
unanimous.
say it. Oh, guys.
All we gotta do now is figure out what he thinks
He'll
that
be
diet
there.
building place is.
Don't worry about
So
it, Red.
that's the app that allowed me to enter the...
Stop talking.
Okay, I misheard that. I thought all we got to do is figure out where this diet building place is. Ryuji, you should know that.
So, metaverse.
An old fart like me can't wrap his head around all this stuff.
God, how fucking sick would it be if Sai joined the Phantom Thieves?
We'll have to deal with this before
a
election
man
day,
can
December
dream.
18th. That means we need it done by the 17th.
It's best we hurry before they discover there's no body in the morgue.
Should we start tomorrow then? We can meet at the Diet Building after school.
That reminds me, what are you gonna do about school? You can't show up if you're supposed to be dead.
Correct. I just won't go.
Miss
Yeah, just fuck
Kawakami
it.
said he went back home for family reasons.
That's what I told the school.
Don't let him find out you're alive then, alright? This whole thing would be for nothing.
So the news isn't revealing his identity?
No.
Okay. I'm guessing because he's a minor. I think that was said, actually.
What do you mean?
This operation had another purpose outside of escaping Akechi's clutches. Shido tried to place all the blame on the Phantom Thieves and deceive the public at the same time. He has ruined countless lives, and even made Goro Akechi, a student, assist him with assassinations. A mere change of heart is too lenient a sentence for such an abominable criminal.
We'll be making use of the police statement that the leader of the Phantom Thieves committed suicide. Our leader, who is presumed dead, will come out of hiding to deliver a grand statement. He'll say he has escaped prison, not committed suicide, and was in fact almost killed by a criminal.
Everyone's gonna flip.
You guys thought through all this stuff too?
We're intellectuals, you know.
God,
We're
hearing that
intellectuals, you
from
know.
Ryuch.
We're intellectuals, you know. We're intellectuals, you know. We're intellectuals, you know. We're intellectuals, you know.
I'm a fucking genius. I don't know what your problem is.
And appearing to be killed. What frightening teenagers.
I never want to get on your bad sides again.
But the true battle.
Good. Makoto says, putting a hand on his shoulder.
Patting her on the back like a little too hard.
Yeah. Little sis gets to be empowered now.
We won the first round, but we must stay on our toes.
Yeah, this ain't the time to be celebrating.
These people tried to trap and kill us. There is no end to their inhuman, conniving nature. We will need to be prepared for whatever may come our way.
I finally made it this far. It's already been 2.5 years since we met.
Back then, you earned the media's attention as a young politician who could rise up against bureaucracy. Because of that, those who wanted to preemptively deal with problems tried to tie you up in scandal.
To think I would fall for the ruse schemed by those decrepit fools in power. I recall that's when you came to me. You promoted yourself saying you had special powers. If it wasn't for the research on cognition that I dabbled in, I would have thought you insane.
I made those troublesome opponents psychotic and erased any trace of that scandal.
Who'd think that tampering with a person's heart could trigger a psychotic lapse or mental shutdown? And when someone like that said he'd support me, I had suspected there'd be an ulterior motive.
It's because I sympathized with your aspiring ideology. I believed that your ideals needed to be achieved for the sake of the country's future.
Well, my faith in you was precisely why I pulled the plug on that research. I only need you using that power. It'd be troublesome if someone else uncovered how it works.
Wakaba Ishiki, was it? That researcher. She wouldn't have had to die if she just complied.
Any suspicions should be snubbed out. Even the smallest doubt must be severed at the root. After all, we had an active public prosecutor's office director on our side, until recently.
Astounding, isn't it? To think the director himself often forged evidence to secure his promotion. He was quite surprised when you confronted him about it. He didn't know who leaked that information. Well, I got that out of his shadow, so technically speaking, he did it himself.
This country's affairs have become stagnant. The political world is filled with old men who only act to preserve their own vested interests. The general public has forsaken such political affairs and don't even bother.
But he just looks tech bro, doesn't he?
Ruin awaits us.
I must agree.
I had
There's
an
no need
IT
to be ruined along
department
with
or
such
something. I don't know.
incompetent figures. I will lead this country to its revival.
If this doesn't work, I'll go into NFTs. Those are still good, right?
Yeah, right. People still like that shit, right?
Use the metaverse.
Still, it would stand out if there were continuous deaths and scandals with your political rivals, which is why I made them suspects. Prosecute the targets that I turn psychotic, and solve them as cases unrelated to you. And thus, the charismatic ace detective was born.
Thanks to your efforts, my clean image remains untarnished, and I've monopolized public
And if
opinion.
that doesn't work, then I guess I'll start training some chipmunks or something.
Collaborators from all sectors began approaching me.
C4 says, imagine a bored ape with Shido's outfit. He looks like one.
Are you sure it's not talking right now?
The police were no exception. With their management in my pocket, keeping them in check was easy.
When the Phantom Thieves emerged, I thought things might become somewhat troublesome.
And they were just brats once we looked into it. All we needed to do was lay the blame on them.
When you told me that, I knew then that you were the better man.
Their popularity
That is
was a bit
until I
beyond
met
my
a
expectations,
Dr. Maruki.
But flipping it made the negative press stronger. After that, all I had to do
And I
was
saw him go
openly berate
surfing,
them.
and I thought,
I've been gaining
am I
more
the bad guy?
supporters since.
And off in the distance, you see Maruki on a flying surfboard just crash through the window. And he's like, I've heard everything, gentlemen. And he pulls out a police badge.
The current administration is dead with ongoing scandals. Never mind the fact that they're my doing.
He's wearing like a really shoddily made Phantom Thieves outfit. Like made of stitched together old scarves or some shit.
I want his Phantom Thief outfit to have a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
Even the government parties have begun splitting up, and they're dissolving just as planned. The time
and when he
has
gets the
finally
kill, his
come.
animation is on a surfboard,
Just a little more.
hanging
Will
10.
take the seat of Prime Minister.
Either that or it says release the
Inauguration is
bogus.
my goal. That's when everything truly begins. I'll make this country rich for the sake of its selfish and ignorant masses who can only rely on others.
In other words, you're creating a powerful country that can compete with the world.
The public
It's like this is riddled with callbacks for those who haven't watched any of our things.
And for that,
And it'd be difficult to catch up.
can't be avoided. That is my duty as the chosen one.
This dude is nuts.
Your assistance has been very influential in making my plans proceed smoothly. When I become Prime Minister, I'll grant whatever wish you want.
With this most recent case, my name has become known across the country, perhaps even the world. Surely my story will be passed down as a hero who won against monsters that could control people's hearts.
This particular
I believe I'll
scene
lay
goes
low
on for quite
and
a while.
devote myself to my studies.
It is just them
Like, just
expositioning at each other.
Yeah, like I kind of wish this was just like, I don't know, you played through it and then you figured it out, as opposed to, let's literally just talk about our evil plans and how evil we are.
I am thinking about the future, though.
You know, I went to the evil store the other day and I got some new evil gloves.
Well, how do I put this?
Look at them. They're plotting against you right now.
As he's joking him.
Oh, no, Sojiro won't let me go downstairs. Okay, never mind.
He'll clothesline you if you try.
Since we 10 ranked Kawakami, she probably is somehow in on this plan as well. She's aware of what happened.
Well,
Even though the game probably won't tell us that. That's what I think.
Maybe if you actively seek her out.
Maybe.
Right now in Shido's office, like, a bunch of his henchmen are trying to, like, fight Maruki off, but then, like, Kawakami in her own Phantom Thief outfit is fighting them.
Which is just the maid outfit.
Yeah! With, like, a mask. She just put on a mask and that's it.
Basically,
What would her
that
mask
we
be?
see GPS info for two phones, yours and his.
Something like either Masquerade, I feel. I'm kind of liking this, like, alternate Phantom Thieves group of the other characters.
Yeah, there's still that fan comic you sent me of the adult Phantom Thieves.
Yeah, the alternate EU one.
Yeah, I have
pretty
not.
much that.
I've not read it yet because I'm afraid there might be spoilers in there.
Oh yeah, don't read it. Like, not until you beat the
When I saw my
game.
chance and beep, sent the signal to activate the Metaverse Navigator. But there was a chance they'd just pass each other without saying a single word. That's why we needed you to tell Sai Nijima to show the phone to Akechi. This plan still surprises me no matter how many times I hear it. Still, I couldn't just directly hack into the Metaverse Nav. It's a mysterious app after all. But you know how it has that bookmark function? All you have to do is push the button. Making the phone think he was pushing that button was totally doable. Pretty good, huh?
This is so much extra dialogue that you have to actively talk to them to get the rest of it.
Yeah, right. I was surprised when she started talking in full sentences. Which is much like when we first met Futaba.
Yeah, like, it was safe to put chat back on screen, but it's just that, did you say that if you take it down, you'd have to reset the whole thing or whatever?
No, I'll just put it on. There you go.
Oh, yeah, here you go, chat. Now you can be funny with the 5 minutes we have left in the stream.
Right. Woo-hee!
Let's do it.
What a plot episode.
We broke out the baking soda.
Yeah, I'm really glad we decided to stream earlier.
Yeah. Well, we would have ended exactly at 9, which is what you needed, but it's 8 now, so. Woo.
Yeah, it's funny how her explanation would drag things out, but they explained every other goddamn thing anyway.
Yeah, right? There was
like,
so much.
Oh, they were like, oh, it could be super long, but it can't be extra super long.
It can't be another minute. Like, come on.
We also can't space this out through, like, yeah, I don't know, a couple in-game days or something. Nah, just shotgun it all in one.
Joke you made. You can't do 8 hours. You can do 7 hours and 59 minutes. That's what this whole thing was like.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, all that, I think, ended up making sense in the end. I was, like... It's always ballsy when they just show your main character dying on the screen, because you gotta come up with something really good to make sure that doesn't happen. And I think they pulled it off.
Yeah. I think, like, there's a couple hiccups with the execution of it, but I think overall it works. Especially with the kind of plot we have going anyways.
Yeah.
Like, to me, I don't find it distracting enough where it's like, wow, this is the worst thing ever. It's like, oh, I get it. But why all in one night? Because Yoshi's tired and he wants to go to sleep and he can't because the characters keep talking.
Yeah, right. Thank you for the warning
That was my play.
that
Yeah.
this would be long. I'm wondering now how we're gonna go about free time. Because, I mean, I can't leave the house, but it's also... You've told me it's not too late to get confidants up still.
Yeah, you still can.
Yeah, I'm wondering how that's gonna work. Since a lot of these scenes take place, you know, outside this house.
You're officially in the third act of the game by this point.
Third act, oh boy. That implies we have another 50 hours. Maybe we do, I don't know. Okay. Well, that was fun. I don't know how I'm going to split these episodes up. Part of me wants to put, like, the entire exposition few hours into one episode and just, like, upload less than 4. But then that would mess with the whole 4 episodes per stream that is satisfying to me, so I don't know. I'll think about it. Thanks, everybody, for coming.
I guess you could put in, like a fast forward option that just, like, cuts the whole thing up.
I don't know.
I feel like everything from Akechi walking into the interrogation room to now will need to be its own video.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, I am hungry. I haven't eaten dinner yet. And I think that's where we're going to call it for now, everybody.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Go play Sonic Frontiers, like I know you all are.
Go play Sonic Frontiers.
I'm not playing
And
it
God
yet.
of War 2, and Bayonetta 3, and how many other fucking games came out?